Good morning, good morning. We are going to meet the builder because your boy is doing the interior design of his first HMO. You know, it's not one that I own, but it is my client's, and part of the hands-free service, he is wanting to use me as the interior designer. The other clients have got their own interior designers. He said, Scott, have free range, do whatever you like. And I think that's pretty sick because I get to learn the intricacies, I don't know the word, the whatevers of interior design. And we'll take it from there. But I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Hopefully be able to record inside the places we go, you know, selecting the shower panel in and the colors and stuff. I was looking over the weekend, like on Pinterest and Google and stuff, and speaking to interior designers about mood boards and stuff and what I like, but kind of wanting it to be like a light green with light brown furniture, like, you know, like very light summer colors, because it's a small project, not the most amount of lighting. You know, like each room has its own bedroom and whatnot. Yeah, each room has its own window, but the kitchen, for example, doesn't have any windows. So I want to keep it light, I want to keep it bright for the tenants so they have a bit of like a better stay, right? Literally only 1 minute away, so I really want to quickly talk about cross-posting on social media. So I have been posting on social media, right? Chop this up and use it on Reels and stuff. But here's a wee tip that I want to tell you. I cut all of this and use it for Reels sometimes. However, whenever I do a static post, like a photo, post that on post that on Instagram, then I head over to Facebook, do the post there, but then I cross-post it to 3 of the most active groups that I like to be in, the ones where I get engagement, where people are happy to ask questions and start a conversation. Those 3 groups are the HMO group, the Prosperity Networking group, and the Property Trading group. So 1 out of 10 effort and 10 out of 10 returns. That's what I'm really trying to say. I'm trying to say, like, on Instagram and stuff, if you're posting on Instagram and you're posting on YouTube and whatnot, and you're like, I'm not getting many people viewing this, and it kind of sucks, because if you're anything like me, you kind of want people to see it. You know, you want people to, if your goal is to get clients, if your goal is to get investors and stuff, you want as many eyeballs on what you're doing as possible, right? So for me anyway, I get more traction, more engagement in these Facebook groups, but I still post on Instagram. For example, if I'm a JV partner, then my joint venture partner, found a couple of clients on there, so it's still a very good platform that I do really enjoy using. But cross-posting and stuff, very minimal effort, maximal returns. Say it till I'm blue in the face. I think it was Tom Nosky that said that. The goal is 1 out of 10 effort, 10 out of 10 returns. I have no idea where I'm going. I just turned around the Lidl. So anyway, interior design. This is what we're doing today. This is it, and that's that. I'll let you know when we're in there and see what we're saying. If I can't record it, then I'll go to the office and talk you exactly through what happened. But what our hard set criteria is, we do not do anything below 20% return on investment. It's one of those things, like, I don't see it as, let's do a deal together, you make money and I make money and we go. It's the scale, these projects are a lot bigger than I probably make it. Like, when you see on social media, you'll probably see like the numbers, or you'll see like before and after and stuff. But the actual scale of these projects are huge. Like, you'll do like 180, 200 grand refurb, and you'll do that through development finance. And then you've also got to purchase the property, whether you use bridging, you have to get insurances, you have to get builders, architects, brokers, solicitors, and maybe interior designers if that was one of your options, and structural engineers. And it's just, the scale of this operation is huge. So it's not just like, we'll do one deal and then we'll go. It'd be nice to know that we could do a lot together and build a portfolio that suits you best, in a sense. Yeah, so I do weekly updates. That comes directly from me. This is what's included in the report. So we speak about what's happened this week, any problems that have come up, any solutions, and what's the plan for next week. Every single week you will see problems come up, but we solve them. There's always going to be a problem. I tell that to my clients, like, if like I could show you some of the reports. There are always problems, whether it's small or whether it's big. I'm fully transparent with the problems. All right, that is that done. Just had an onboarding call, potentially had an onboarding call with a client. We're just getting to know each other, and I enjoy doing that sort of thing because it gets the reps in, you know. It's nice to do that now and then, you know. It's nice to do that. He was a great guy, really prepared for the call, asked plenty of questions, and I encourage you to do that because you need to feel comfortable working with us as we are with you. Like, I've got to make sure they're a good fit for me. Like, if you are to onboard, like, work with us, you have to be a good client and we have to provide a good service, right? We have to match each other because we want to do this for years. It's not as if like you go, I want a deal, and we go, here's one, and then that's it. We want this shit to last for years. We want to build you your dream, your lifestyle, you know? So that's it. That was an onboarding call. However, finished today with deciding the interior design side of things. I'll go through what I recorded so I remember exactly what we've done and give you some wee tips, right? So we initially went off to look for bathroom panels. Like, we went off to find panels because we're not doing tiles, we're doing panels because it's easier maintenance, it's lower cost, but you still get a very high quality finish. So especially when we're on a time crunch and a budget crunch, you know, we got to maintain that high end look whilst saving some costs and time. So we went off to look for bathroom panels, and the poor builder throughout the whole day was having to deal with my shit. Like making decisions. Like, mate, I'll tell you this much, when it comes to interior design, interior designers are unsung heroes, man. Like that, I do not know how they make all these tiny decisions like handles, and then it's like the color of the handles, like the finish of the handles, and it's like all the beading and stuff. Anyway, we went to the first one, found these. They go up and down. There's a specific name for them. I don't know, but they go up and down. Here's a video of them if you've seen it. And we're also getting sound panels, like soundproof panels. And I initially wanted them behind the bed, but when we looked through the catalogue, spoke to like the staff there, and the builder had his wee input and stuff. You know, it's what we're doing is we're doing like a wardrobe, and you do a desk there. We're going to put it above there, and the TV's going there because it's directly like in front of the bed. So you got like bed here, desk here, and it's like it looks directly at the TV, because I want the TV to be like directly in front of the bed. When I lie in bed, I want to look at the TV. I don't want it on a wall over there or a wall over there, or like around the corner, just stupid shit. I want it to be directly in front, so then you can watch TV in bed, you know. Such an obvious one, but that's where I want it. And we're putting the paneling behind there. Again, looking at the paneling, taking all these options and deciding was really difficult. Then we moved on to the carpet store, right? So the carpet store, again, a million options. Do you go light or do you go dark? Do you go beige, brown? Do you go like gray? You know, like, I didn't like the idea of gray. I've had enough of gray in my life. I don't like it. So I wanted to go like a brown, beige sort of color. And with that, it was like a darker, because there's going to be a lot of traffic. There's going to be a lot of, you know, people walking in with their boots and stuff. It's not their own house, so they're not going to treat it as kindly as you would your own house. Fair enough, you're a tenant, that's okay. So we're just going to get some durable, darker carpet because it will hide some of the dirt, right? Then it moved on to what we're going to do in the bathrooms. You know, are we going to do tiles? Are we going to do laminate? Like, well, not laminate, vinyl and stuff. So after a lot of hemming and hawing, I wanted some pretty patterns. And I went for like this vinyl, like this green and white one, because I'm wanting to do sage green throughout it. Okay, like I want to do like sage green, and I want it to look pretty. So I want it to match. So it's going to be like a mainly white, but these like sage green like patterns, because then it'll match like the sage green like blinds and other sage green things. And that's another thing. We pick blinds. And then again, do you have roll up or do you have like the fold, like the straight down where you twist and stuff? So my thinking was, when you have roll up, I had a roll up in an apartment before, and what I didn't like about it was, when people can see in, if you want to have light come in, you have to open up, and then it's just like, people can directly see in. You've got like no privacy if you want some light in. And that really annoyed me in the old apartment I used to stay in. So what I did like, was like the straight up and down ones, and you can like slightly turn them, right? You'll know yourself what I'm on about. Slightly turn them, and then you can let in some natural light whilst maintaining some privacy in your room. That's what I like about them. That's what we went with. Blackout, obviously, has to be blackout. And after that, we went to B&Q. colors of paint throughout the whole house. What do? I didn't want to do brilliant white. Not a fan of like brilliant white. So we went for this like very, 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 very light, like sage green, like very light. Like one of those that you wouldn't overly notice it unless you held it up like brilliant white, okay? It's just like a very, very light style. I've said that enough times. What I did like about B&Q was it had like the lights, the type of lights in your house, and you hold the swatches underneath. So you know what it'll look like in the type of lighting that you got. Definitely recommend doing that. I didn't know that existed. I like that. So after that, we went to Howden's and picked out the kind of wardrobe that we wanted. I wanted like a wood finish wardrobe. I don't know what the exact, this is what I'm talking about, right? I don't know the fucking names. There's like 1,000 names of them. I just like what I saw, and it's like, you know, like wood, right? It's wood. So like that's what I went with. Like, I know what I like to see, right? But don't ask me the names of it all right? It doesn't matter what the names of it all is. The matter is what it looks like and the quality of the finish. Okay, right? So we went with that. Then one of the ladies at Howden's was like, "Are you sure you're going for that soundproof paneling?" I was like, yeah. She held them all up. She got the swatch from the paint. She got the soundproof paneling that I wanted to use, the color of the wardrobe, and held them all together, and it looked terrible. And I was like, fuck. Like, I thought it looked good. Like, in my head it looked good. In the catalog it looked good. And she was like, nothing is like in the real play, like in the real person. So if you're doing any of this, you have to go to these places. That's why we went to all of these places. Like, you have to see it in person. It's totally different to the catalog, and it's totally, definitely different to what it's like in your head, right? So she held it all up, and I was like, oh, yeah, it doesn't really look good. What are we gonna do? And then we had like another piece of like soundproof paneling, and she basically held that up. I was like, I think that looks better, but I honestly don't know. I don't know. And then I was like caught between like a rock and a hard place. I had like roadblock of like a decision. So 3 of the members of staff and the builder said that other one, like the one we've now decided on, looks a lot better. And because it all contrasts and sexy buzzwords, you know, went for that one anyway. And then it was handles. Handles, man, handles. Like, what do you even do? Like, I was like, oh, I like the black handles because there was an example. And then he's like, yeah, that's going to cost like an extra 300 quid throughout the project. I was like, fuck. And then it was like, all right, what if we do black handles and then in the bathroom we do like black finishes, you know, like to match so it flows. And then he's like, yeah, it's going to cost like well over $1,000. I was like, fuck, man. So we went for this like off silver brushed finish handles. When I show you them when I show you them like on the camera or whatever, it'll be a lot better than what I'm describing, but it does actually look really good. And we're going to put the paneling above there. And so we've sorted out the carpet, sorted out all of that, and now I'm going to speak with a furniture company to come and like do all the beautiful stuff, like all the accessories, the artwork and the bedding and all that stuff, you know. That's who I'm going to speak with now. But I say all of that to say, when it comes to being your own interior designer, be open to changing your mind. Be open to changing your mind, because I went in with like 4 mood boards, right? About 3 or 4 mood boards. And I was like, this is what I want. And then it was like, but that doesn't go away. When you see it in person, it's so much different. And go to other places, you know, go to places. Like, for example, the first place we went for paneling, I was like, done it, that one, that is the right paneling. And then at the last minute, the builder's like, Scott, have a look at this one. It's only 20 minutes from here. Do you want to have a look? Went to it, and it was night and day. It was just, that is the panel, you know? It's just one of those things, like, you might have your heart set on something, but be open to still look for more. So we changed, like, last minute what the paneling we want. And then that's it, decided, done, dusted. It made the old paneling look terrible, you know? And I was like dead set on that. So yeah, 100%, man. Like, if you're gonna do it, be open to change. Have other people there with you to call you out on your bullshit. Because like, I was like, oh, this is perfect. And then when that lady held it all up, she's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, maybe not. You know what I mean? And I would have went for that. You know, I would have went for that. So having a lot of people involved, it's a fine line. Too many cooks spoil the broth, but then you need second opinions. So that's up to you, man. It's up to you. Now, I'm gonna edit this video, done, dusted. See you in tomorrow's one, and love you loads. Remember to subscribe, yeah? Cheers.